To ensure the mounting tab does not bow the drywall, the 6000 Pro is mounted on the inside of the stud. Simply mark the desired height on the stud that you want the top or bottom trimmed out door to be. Then line that up with the line on the top or bottom of the valve housing. This will be your finished door height. Do the same thing upside down for a down-oriented install. Locating tabs are designed to ensure that you are flush with the face of the stud. These tabs are thin enough not to create any kind of bow in the drywall. When installing the two mounting screws, it is easier if you use a long magnetic Phillips bit. It will give you a shallower angle when inserting the screws. It is recommended to use 1-inch drywall screws. Check to see that the valve is level. If the valve is not level, loosen the screw on the valve that needs to rotate out. Use the included U-shaped tapered shim to level. The shim is designed to straddle the screw. Push the shim up or down until you reach level, then tighten the screw. It is important for the valve to be level, especially horizontally. There is a way to cut off the mounting tabs after sheetrock, and then you could re-level. But it is much easier to take the time at rough in to make sure it is level. Use the mounting brace to make sure the valve is secure and square on the stud. The brace snaps in place, and it is reversible, so you can install it in either direction depending on what side of the stud you mount the valve. You can even add a little glue to the brace before you snap it in place. The conduit opening is large enough for 2 sets of wires. Make sure to pull enough wire through and tie a loop to make sure the wire cannot get pulled back out during construction. Push the excess wire up into the pipe. Spade connectors will be included in the trim kit. The raised design and yellow paint of the new mud cover should prevent drywallers from covering the rough-in valve. The thicker edge will give drywallers a guide to cut their hole, hopefully making a more accurate cut. The raised mud cover also gives us room to store our low-voltage wire. When installing the 6000 Pro in an existing home, use the mud cover as a template to cut around. It may be easier if you remove the locating tabs, but it is not necessary. The valve easily fits into the wall. It can slide down below the hole just enough to attach the pipe. However, it's not so thin that it can drop out of reach behind the wall. A zip tie around the pipe may be helpful to pull it into place, or you can choose to push the pipe on from above. Connect the low-voltage wire to the spade connectors included in the trim kit and connect them to the switch. Line up the door frame seal with the groove in the valve housing. Push the door into the groove as far as it can go. Tighten the door with the 4 screws, alternating diagonally until snug. When all the valves are installed, turn the system on and close the door a few times. The suction may tighten the door a little more, requiring the screws to be re-tightened. Do not over-tighten the screws. The standard door on the Pro trims out a wall thickness of up to 1 inch. If the wall is thicker than 1 inch, extension kits are available that can be glued onto the door. One extension kit will work with a wall thickness of up to 1 3/4 inch. The extension kits can be stacked for extreme situations,